This is the largest number of candidates for a Republican primary in about 100 years. It's been growing since 2008, this lack of identity for the Republican Party and so many different voices. They don't know who they are. They're so fractured right now, and so everybody's trying to be the new voice, the new face, trying to represent or trying to show to the American voters who the Republican Party actually is. A lot of this started in 2008 to 2010 with the rise of the Tea Party. The Tea Party started to represent one sector of the Republican Party who the Tea Party individuals didn't feel the other Republicans were representing the people properly. So that started to form. And then in 2008, when the Republicans did so poorly, of course, they knew that they had an image problem and that they needed to start to offer up a new type of candidate, a different type of candidate. I think that's the biggest reason for why we see so many of them. There's a few things affecting why Donald Trump is so popular right now. First, because people are tired of the scripted politicians. I think this started in 2008, where people were just growing so tired of just your standard politician. And now you have Donald Trump, who just doesn't appear to care what he says or what people think about what he says. That's the person that Donald Trump is appealing to right now, the very energetic. It doesn't represent the broad spectrum of the Republican Party, doesn't represent the broad spectrum of the Republican voter. The other thing is just why he's so popular right now is you tend to get an instant boost as soon as you announce that you're running for the President of the United States. This is standard across the spectrum, and that's why the numbers seem to be spiking in his favor right now. It's also name recognition. We know from countless academic studies, one thing that does matter almost more than any other variable for polling, for random, sampling of polling, is name recognition. So if you call somebody up and say, would you rather vote for Scott Walker or Donald Trump? Chances are Scott Walker, for the average person, isn't going to have the same name recognition that Donald Trump does. I mean, he has, sponsored so many different television shows. He's, The Apprentice. He's on television all the time, so people know his name already. I don't think Donald Trump has a serious chance of winning the Republican primary, and I think we'll see eventually his numbers start to drop. If Donald Trump gets mad at the Republicans, he could pull out of the race as a Republican contender and run independently. And that would guarantee 100% the Democrat winning the presidency in 2016. So that's why you see this kind of tug of war going on right now, where some Republicans are saying, well, let's not talk bad about Trump, because they don't want to alienate him, because they don't want him to run away, because he's going to run away with 10 to 15% of the voters. So it's quite complicated. He's really causing a stir. I think on the Republican side, whoever comes out on top, as long as there's not too much self-beating amongst themselves, it could be a strong contender. They'll be well vetted. It'll be very hard for whoever the Democratic nominee is to tell the population anything new after all these debates that the Republicans are going to have to go through.